I wasn't going to Paul. I have good balance.
Okay, so John Bojack, 8 Nassau Street. So let's see if I can get this clear in my mind. So this is below the tax cap? This
Tax cap was 1.25 or
1.23.
1.23. Our calculated increase based upon the tax cap formula, and they have a whole formula, and Ann better explain it to anybody else.
Well, I talked with Mr. Bojack about it. There's two different factors in there. There's a factor that allows you to give an expected increase to your assessed valuation, and there's also a factor that allows you to raise your expenses based on, I guess, like the cost of living. So it's those two factors. It's not just 2%.
Our number for our tax levy limit was $9,316,000. We came in with a proposed levy of $9,252,000. So we're $64,000 below what the tax cap calculation shows. So we're at 0.53,
Okay,
less
so-
than half of what we could have done.
All right, so is it fair to say then that this budget has come below the tax cap?
Yes.
Yes.
That's accurate to report.
Absolutely.
But we can't, we're not gonna revoke the resolution until the state does their review, because who knows?
It's the same reason, a reverse reason of why we put,
Why we do the resolution in the first
Breach it,
place.
because the state has final say as to whether you actually did it or you didn't do it.
Okay,
But there's room, there's $64,000.
okay. All right, so that's, well,
Breathing
obviously,
room,
I agree with Joe Miller, that sounds wonderful. Can I just go over a couple other things though? So in this budget, so sewer district fees go down across the board, right? For all
Yes.
categories of fees, and that's because the sewer district is doing wonderful.
Yeah, again, the number of commercial properties tied into it. We have, East Patchogue, which is out of district.
Right.
We have fees that are coming in from them with straight cash into the system.
The commercial assessment is $930,000.
Because there's an assessed value, the assessment also goes into that, and because those assessments have increased as they have.
And the condos are up almost 400,000. So
Yeah, and right.
And operations. I mean, we've had the connections, we've had the operations essentially subsidized by private developers connecting to our infrastructure. So they improve, we require improvements to our infrastructure for connections too.
Okay.
So we are continuing to put that burden of the infrastructure onto the developers as they're continuing to improve. That provides management efficiencies for us.
Like the vineyard.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you take.
All of those connections were double connections.
In River Avenue, those 52 homes,
Right.
they're $650 a home. $375,000, whatever it may be, is money that wasn't into the system before, but is now pure cash back.
Well, that's what they're paying, $650?
Yeah.
Okay, and I want to come back to the point too of the parking meter revenues. It's tremendous, it's almost double. Why is there such a jump?
Well, we've added some.
More meters?
We
Yeah,
added
more meters, 100 more parking spaces will be metered.
100 more?
100 more will be metered by May. And just the revenue has gone up. And if you look at the monthly revenue, it's gone up over the last year significantly. And we did raise the fees on
And we did take it 36,000 this December, though we didn't take it last year.
Yeah. And yeah, because last year we had December off, so we actually made money there. And just more people coming into the village and feeding the meters.
Wonderful. Okay, so that's going to be, a future revenue stream for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's the revenue stream that Ms. Miller was talking about. What can we make over Main Street, That's some of the revenue that we can make over Main Street.
So what the meters make, that goes into a dedicated fund, and the revenue from violations goes to the general fund?
Yes.
It's still that way, okay.
And
They all go to general, we just keep an eye on it.
But we book, Annie books the meter money, because the commitment we made is that we'll go back in, either purchasing properties, doing maintenance. Maintenance would used to come out of the general fund. Now, once we were able to build up those funds, that that general maintenance, parking lot maintenance, which is everything from lining it to potholes to paving, well then hopefully we'll be able to build up that fund enough so that we don't have to hit the general fund, because I don't believe, and I've said this any number of times, I don't believe the resident should pay for the benefit only accrued by the downtown. That's what the meters are about.
But we need to find a way, I mean, we just can't keep buying properties, okay, and put the burden on all taxpayers. So we gotta find a way that the people that actually cause the parking situation help out and pay for it.
We have
That's
to
something
bylaw.
That's something we're doing.
We have to pay in lieu of taxes
Right.
for new, new restaurants that come in. It's capped at
Something that's
75,000.
ongoing though, because at a certain point, we're going to stop that growth,
Yeah.
will be full. So it's nice to have something that would continuously feed into the use.
And that's what the meters are all about.
And again, on this point, so the extra money is earmarked for building, for buying properties.
Building properties, yeah. Repairs, maintenance,
Code officers.
and,
Lighting,
yeah.
lots.
But one of the code officers, at this time, is not being funded out of it, but will eventually be funded totally out of that. But we've got to build up.
Well, the meters, the lease on the meters will be paid off in July of 2018, I believe it is. So once we're done paying for the meters, then what we're paying every month for the meters will also then be able to be used to
Like
offset the
$6,400 a
expenses
month?
of the parking lot. It's like $6,500 a month, roughly.
75, 80 grand.
That's good too. That's wonderful. The ambulance cost went down, but you're not gonna be going to the fee system?
No, that's what we're actively looking at right now, well, the ambulance company will then manage that, and then they will be the ones that will manage it, and then the reduction in our fees will come out of it.
Yeah, there's very little increase in here based on that. So we were very conservative with that's gonna
So
bring it.
that's something they still plan to do, but they haven't
Yes.
gotten to yet.
What we did when we did the budget, we figured, okay, if we start getting some income from that, we back-ended it and took a very conservative approach of what that number could be. So there's a very small increase or decrease in the expense. So we're not counting on chicken chip.
Exactly. I'd rather put it in,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the year, have money left over than not, so that we didn't have to take it out of surplus to cover the costs.
Okay, so I got just two more questions to ask for Stevens. So my wonderful, Stevens noise allowances haven't gone up for the clubs. Still the same $4,000. I still gotta recommend what I've recommended every year, that they can pay more, should pay more. And lastly, is there any money in this budget for you had mentioned in the long in advance you might be hiring a part-time worker to look at those mandates from the planning board and then the zoning board to put into the housing department. Is there any money in this budget for that title?
Not a specific line for itself. We had discussions about it, and we've been actively working with Peter and Carol in there. That the stuff gets listed out after every meeting, then given to the inspectors. We'll hopefully be able to try to do what we have. Let's just see.
But that effort's still going on.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because that's a huge piece of it. We brought it up a number of times.
Right.
You know, we say something on Thursday, and 3 Thursdays later we forget it and go back to where we were before.
All right, so I'm just gonna end with it. I want to congratulate the board and yourself, Mayor, and everyone else who's involved, yourself, for bringing a budget in that I think is what people want. So thank you very much.
It took us 13 years to get
Thank
here.
you.
Okay. Now I can die.
The first year was a
Don't even say such a thing.
Any other comments? Motion to accept the budget as presented.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Thank you.
Great job, everybody. And thank you. Great job.